because these specific coins are already selling for $10,000, $20,000, even $40,000 at auction. And the craziest part? They look like junk, beat up, scratched, pulled straight from a parking lot. But if you know what to look for, and I'm going to show you exactly what to look for, you could be sitting on a life-changing payday, hiding in your pocket change right now. These are the 5 pennies you need to save before it's too late. All right, let's start with a penny that could be hiding in any jar, any coin roll, any pocket in America right now. The 1982 D small date copper penny. And this one is sold for over $7,000. Here's why. In 1982, the government quietly changed what pennies are made of. They went from real copper, heavy solid copper, to cheap zinc with a thin copper coating. But during that switch, the Denver Mint made a mistake. They stamped a small date design onto a leftover copper blank. That was never supposed to happen. And that means if you find one, you are holding one of the rarest modern pennies in existence. So here's how you spot it. First, the date. Look at the 2 in 1982. On a small date penny, that 2 sits low, tucked right in line with the other numbers. On a large date, that 2 rides high. It's bigger, it sticks up above the rest. Put them side by side and you'll see it instantly. But here's the real test, and this is the one that matters. Pick up that penny and weigh it. A copper penny weighs 3.1 grams. A zinc penny, only 2.5 grams. That's a huge difference. You can literally feel it in your hand. If your 1982 D small date feels heavy, if that scale hits 3.1, you might be holding a $7,000 coin that the government never meant to make. This next penny has a mistake so obvious you can see it without a magnifying glass. And the government never caught it. Thousands of these rolled out of the Philadelphia Mint and straight into people's pockets. Today, one of them is worth over $10,000. It's the 1972 double die obverse, no mint mark. Just a plain 1972 penny, and the error is hiding right on the front of the coin, in a spot you look at every single day. Look at the words Liberty and In God We Trust. On a normal penny, those letters are clean, sharp, one set of letters. On this one, every single letter looks like it has a shadow, a ghost image sitting right next to it. The date, the motto, all of it, doubled. Here's your test. Pull out any 1972 penny, no mint mark on the front. Hold it under a bright light. Tilt it slowly. If those letters look blurry, like your eyes are playing tricks on you, they're not. That's the double die. And you're looking at serious money. One of these sold at auction for over $10,000. Not some perfect coin in a case. A circulated, worn, ugly penny that someone almost threw away. Now, you just saw a penny worth $7,000, then $10,000. But the next one on this list, it's so rare, so valuable, that collectors have literally been caught faking them. The real one is worth more than most people's cars. This penny is so valuable that people have gone to prison trying to fake it. The Secret Service has actually investigated counterfeit versions of this coin. That's not a joke. A 1-cent coin. And federal agents got involved. It's the 1969 S double die obverse. And a real one has sold for over $100,000. The doubling on this penny is even more dramatic than the last one. Same spot, Liberty, In God We Trust, the date. But this time, the ghost letters are thicker, bolder, almost like someone stamped the coin twice and didn't care who noticed. But here's the problem. Because this coin is worth $100,000, fakers take a regular 1969 penny from Philadelphia, no mint mark, and they glue a tiny S onto it. Looks real to the naked eye. Fooled a lot of people. So forget the doubling for a second. Your real test is that S. Grab a magnifying glass. Look at the mint mark below the date. On a real 1969 S, that S is punched clean into the metal. Smooth. Sharp. Part of the coin. On a fake, that S looks raised, lumpy, like something was stuck on top. Run your fingernail over it. If you can feel an edge around that S, it's fake. If it's flush with the surface, you might be holding a six-figure penny. One of these sold for $126,000. A single penny. Found in circulation. Not by an expert, by someone who knew what to look for. Exactly like you do right now. 2 pennies down worth 7 and 10,000. One worth 6 figures. But the next coin on this list, it's the most legendary penny ever made. Only a handful exist on the entire planet, and the last one that sold went for over $1 million. During World War II, the government needed every scrap of copper to make bullet casings. So in 1943, they ordered the U.S. Mint to stop making copper pennies. Every single 1943 penny was supposed to be struck in steel. Supposed to be. Because someone at the mint left a handful of copper blanks in the press. And the machine didn't care. It stamped them anyway. Those pennies were never supposed to exist. And one of them sold for $1.7 million. This is the 1943 copper penny. And fewer than 20 are known to exist in the entire world. Now here's the problem. Everybody knows about this coin, which means people fake them. They take a regular steel 1943 penny and coat it in copper. They file down a 1948 to look like a 1943. Fakes are everywhere. But there's one test that exposes every single fake in 2 seconds flat. Grab a magnet. A normal 1943 penny is steel. Put a magnet near it and it snaps right on. Sticks like glue. That's a regular penny, worth a couple bucks. But if you put that magnet on a 1943 penny and it slides right off, that penny isn't steel. It's copper. And you could be holding $1 million coin. No fancy equipment. No grading service. Just a refrigerator magnet and a 1943 penny. That's it. One sold in 2021 for over $1 million. Another went for $1.7 million. Circulated. Worn. Ugly. Didn't matter. The copper is what mattered. You just saw pennies worth 7,000, 10,000, and now 1.7 million. But the last penny on this list? It's so impossible, so bizarre that some experts said it couldn't even be real, until it sold at auction and shut everyone up. This last penny is so rare the government says it doesn't exist. They've denied it for decades. But collectors know the truth, because one of these sold quietly for over $50,000. It's the 1959 D. Mule penny. And to understand why it's worth a fortune, you need to know what happened in 1959. That was the year the mint changed the back of the penny, got rid of the wheat ears, replaced them with the Lincoln Memorial. Every single 1959 penny was supposed to have the new memorial design on the back. But someone at the Denver Mint made a mistake, grabbed the wrong die, and stamped a 1959 D penny with the old wheat ears on the back, 2 designs that were never supposed to be together, on the same coin. That's called a mule, and it's the holy grail of penny errors. Here's your test, and it's the easiest one on this entire list. Find any 1959 penny with a D mint mark. Flip it over. If you see the Lincoln Memorial, it's normal, worth a few cents. But if you see wheat ears on the back of a 1959 D penny, do not spend that coin. Do not clean it. Do not touch it. Put it in a safe place and call an auction house. The mint says this coin was never made, but multiple examples have surfaced. And the last one that traded hands? Over $50,000 for a penny someone found in a jar of old change.